Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Rizky and thank you so much for taking your time and click on this video, and I really appreciate your time. In this video, I wanted to talk about anxiety and how I turned the anxiety to awareness. And it took a long time for me to discover that. If you're interested of what I am talking about on my channel, or if we are on the same page, and maybe we can have a journey together, or maybe I can help or inspire how to get out from such situation that I have been through in the past, I would really appreciate if you support me and motivate me through subscription and to like this video, or just to write down your thought on the commenter, and I really appreciate that. So enjoy. I came to Germany since I was 19 years old in 2018 by myself, because I don't know, I just want to run away from the country where I live and just want to run away. So yeah, I came to Germany, and I discovered anxiety like when I had a first boyfriend at that time, and I was wondering what is this? Like, I constantly having fear without knowing where is the fear coming from. I'm safe. Sometimes I also got panic attack, and I don't know what is this exactly. So I wasn't really taking care of it. I wasn't really looking information for it, because I was too busy for other things at that time. And it just took me about 3, 4, 5 years until I recognized that. So I broke up with my ex, and finally, like, I live on myself. Finally, I live alone. Finally, I can discover myself, discover everything by myself. I start to look for meditation on YouTube. I love yoga with Adrienne. If you know her, I really love her. I do the meditation for anxiety, I do the yoga for anxiety. And I remember when I first doing a nursing school, I always feel like nervous. I need to prepare myself. I need to prepare my mental to work, or to go to school, or to just interact with people there. I don't know why. I just really need that preparation. I was just really controlling myself at that time. I just really feel like not satisfied with my life at that time and with myself. I feel like there is something that I have to discover, there's something that I have to know, there is something that I have to work on in myself, but what? And so in my thought, my life, and my feeling, I'm just feeling like rush, chaos. I have to do this and this and that. I need to distract myself with something, with, I don't know, hobbies, people, sleep, dopamine, doom scrolling, partying and stuff, to numb that thing. I guess now I could say trauma, or like just something that I have to work on for my past. And then I start to dating people. I just get to know different people, and at that time I was like, why is it always end up like this? Why is it always like this? Why do I always have that kind of feeling? And I remember my childhood, my trauma and stuff, and I didn't really have a good relationship with my parents at that time, especially with my mother. Like, I can still talk about some things with my father because he's such a good listener, but my mother, like, I don't know, I don't really trust her somehow. And so when things really get very down, when I don't know what else I wanted to do, I was in the stage where I am going to drop out the nursing school, and I just want to move out from this city. But before I do that, I try to do something first. Like, I start to read a self-help book until I decide to go to therapy. And I finally found a very nice therapy. Like, my first therapy session was full of tears. I was just really bursting out. I mean, like, when I initiate to take myself seriously, I had the last date like we have such in common, and we are on the same page, on the same path. We both want the same things, but I pull away from him. Also, I know he is interested for relationship. We are open to each other, but I pull away and I just push him. And of course I regret that. And I was like, something wrong with me. I Before I jump into this relationship with this nice guy, I just want to recognize myself first. I would just want to know myself first before I ruin everything. And so I went to the therapist and I told him about this dating stage with him and with my childhood, because that guy, he loves his family. Family is everything. And then for me, it's like, I don't know, I ran away from my family. And so I just want to find out, like, why am I not like that? Or why am I not close to my family? So at the first session, I talk about him and I talk about my childhood, or more likely about my relationship with my mother. And oh my god, like a lot of childhood traumas that I have been through at that time. I was like, that's why, that's why. And the thing is, I just didn't meet the need when I was kid, or when I was child, from my caretaker, aka from my mother or from my father. And so I look for it from someone else, and it's not good. And I cannot forget what the therapist said to me. He told me, like, Rizky, you didn't know that you know, or you don't know that you know. I was like, what do you mean? You just don't know you just don't know that you know. See, you know everything, you just didn't know it. I was like, damn. And I tried to process that. And so I also talk about that I sometimes got a panic attack. I sometimes just have fear out of nowhere, even though I know I'm safe. But yeah. And then he said, like, you know what, it's all just imagination. It's all just imagination. What you are talking now, it's all just your imagination, it's not the fact. I was like, wait, well, that's true, but at that time I just had difficulties to understand that. I don't know, I didn't know that. And also I look on YouTube, I look on the book, I keep I keep reading, like, it's all just imagination, it's all just imagination. And now I understand, it's all just imagination, it's all just your reality, and it's just your thought making it up. And so, like, you have that feeling from your thought. So, like, you feel like you fear of something, there's something's going to happen, something bad is going to happen. Actually, like, also sometimes I got a panic attack. What I mean by this, like, I remember when I was with my ex-boyfriend at that time, I was writing, like, job application or something, and I don't know why I feel like suddenly, like, empty. I feel like I'm gonna fall down, everything just dark. I like my fingers just like this, like stiff, I cannot do anything, and I just fall down. And so my ex-boyfriend just called an ambulance, of course, and the doctor come, and it's panic attack. And I didn't know that. And it happens, like, I think like once or two times in a year. I study that, like, how to fight that, like, out, how to fight that panic attack. And I watch a lot of videos on YouTube, and there is, for example, like, wash your hands with the cold water, or like name 5 things, name color, name just, like, or like, okay, now see, it's window, it's a door, it's a wardrobe and stuff. And I sometimes experience that panic attack at work. And so I just go to the toilet, I took a deep breath, and I open my eyes and look around, wash my hand with the cold water. And so until, like, I'm relaxed. And my mantra is, like, I am safe here, I am safe here. And my breath is back to like a little bit relaxed, and I don't have stiffness anymore, and I don't really have any push feeling anymore on my breast. And since then, like, I know how to handle the panic attack. Just sometimes I cannot handle it, but now I think it's getting better. Until I finally decide to drop out my nursing school, which like only 1 year left, but I cannot, I don't want to, I just want to run away. So I moved out to the bigger city until I was thinking like, okay, should I continue the nursing school or not, or should I now study something else? And I was just thinking like, okay, I think I just want to take a break first from learning, from studying and stuff. So I just work and travel and meet people and just having fun until I wanted to do something. I am now doing the trainee as assistant legal or legal assistant, and I work on myself more. I also continue therapies. I read a lot of self-help books. I do more sport, especially cardio. I don't know why. And also with food, I also do some caffeine detox, because caffeine is not good for anxiety, or caffeine is just not good for my body. So I try to like replace caffeine or replace coffee with something else, until I found a book from Dr. Dispenza, Becoming Supernatural, and Eckhart Tolle. It's really, really mind blowing. It's really like those books answer all my questions this whole time about self, about anxiety, about past, future, trauma, God, and everything. I'm so lucky. I'm so happy that I found those two books. What I study about anxiety comes from the prediction of our body of the future that come from the past. I don't know why is it a lot of fly, something in my room, but I don't have anybody. And that's what I realized from the book from Dr. Joe Dispenza. And Eckhart Tolle also said, like, we do have, as a human being, we do have a pain body that is in our DNA. But then Dispenza also said, like, we can change our DNA, or we can take away that behavior or that feeling or that trauma, like through the DNA or the protein in our body and stuff. And it's just really like mind blowing, and it's not easy to digest or to process that. And also what I learned from Eckhart Tolle, it's like about the power of now. But I read the book of the New Earth, and it's all about like the present moment. It's all about like now. Like, why are we thinking about the past? Why are we predicting the future? And also I I do my best to not knowing, or to not wanting to know what comes next, or to not predict the future, because the prediction of the future, it's gonna affect to my body, it's gonna affect to my well-being. Like, why? Like, only God's know, only universe know. We don't know about the future. Why don't we just enjoy now? Why don't we just appreciate right now, this minute, this hour, this second? Now I am talking here, and I'm grateful that I am able to talk, to share with you. And I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. Yeah, so I'm just grateful. Since then, I barely feel anxious. I barely having fear. I barely scared of rejection, because what comes, and anything happened for the reason. And the past is just the past. I cannot connect the past with now. Like, the past is, all I can do from the past is just take the lesson, or just learn from the past, and what can I do better now, like, yeah, to not just repeating the past that doesn't do good to my life, or doesn't do good to me, to myself, or to my well-being. And then I also discovered a book from Louise Hay. I don't know if you guys know, like You Can Heal Your Life. And it's really game changing for me because in that book, a lot of affirmation. In that book's a lot of love and love and love. And I don't know, I think like when I was a kid, I didn't really learn about love. I didn't really see love, or I didn't really understand or accept love from my caretaker. I think that's why like I was like love. Now like it's beautiful with life full of love. And the affirmation that I won't forget, or that I always use from Louise Hay, is like, all is well, everything is working out for my highest self, and out of each experience I had, only good will come to me. I am safe, I am protected, and I am loved. All is well in my life. I love this affirmation. I love this affirmation. I listen to Louise Hay on YouTube almost every single morning, and it's just really giving me like, or it's helped my nervous system to relax, to just flow, to just like flow, go with the flow, just let go of that intention, because I don't have any reason to have that tension. I don't have any reason to have any fear. It's time to start the day. And since then, I always excited to start the day, and I always excited like, all right, I am excited what is going to happen today, and let's go to the unknown, and or like let's discover the unknown. And I'm just thankful and grateful that I am able to stand up, to go to work, enjoy the day, and to just meeting people. And yeah, I have energy. And yes, from that moment, I feel more grateful for being alive. I feel more excited for life. I feel like I'm just excited every time I wake up. And yeah, life is good. The awareness, I discovered it like a year ago. I experienced this like a year ago, because it's just really hard to be aware to what happened right now. It's really hard like to fight my own thought, to fight my thought that making up scenario, making up something that like, why? And so as Eckhart Tolle said, like our body is the observer. And every time I have that feeling, not every time, most of the time, I have that feeling, strange feeling, tension or anxiety or fear. I try to like hold up, like, wait, it's just your thought. It's not the fact. You don't know the fact. Or look, the fact is you are here. Now you are safe. There is no bear is going to eat you. There is no crocodile going to eat you. There is nobody going to eat you. So be aware, it's just your imagination. It's just your imagination. It's just your thoughts that's making up. So I do my best to just be aware of what is happening in my body, of what is happening in my head, of what my thought or my head is making up or telling me this and that. I was like, no, I'm going to listen to you, or I'm not going to listen to the thoughts or to my ego or to my pain body. I just want to enjoy now. I just want to be good, to enjoy this, to appreciate this, and I don't want to ruin everything because of my thought. So it's really mind-blowing how awareness is the key of everything in life. And yes, so now I have the power of affirmation every time I feel anxious, every time I feel fear, every time I feel like my life is falling apart, or I'm losing myself, or I'm just falling apart. Like, I am safe. I'm just saying to myself, I am safe, I am here now, and I can still breathe. I am safe. the conclusion of anxiety is our imagination to predict the outcoming, to predict the future based on our past. It's not the past from 5 years ago, 3 years ago only, but also the past from your childhood, or the past that you didn't recognize it yet, but your body recognized that, but your body don't forget what was happening in the past that can give you anxiety. And so self-awareness is just really, really important in life, in everything, and also in a relationship, in love life. It's also very, very important. When you suddenly hate your partner, when you suddenly feel like, oh, your partner is really annoying, or like something wrong, it's not about your partner, it's just lack of self-awareness. So yeah, be aware now, live in the now, appreciate the present moment, expect nothing. And yeah, thank you so much for listening until here, and take care of yourself, take care of your mental health, and see you in the next video. I love you. Bye bye.